Number 11. I managed to start before midnight today, so I guess that's a little bit less procrastination than the last one. Anyways, I'm in a bit of a good mood today, actually. Yeah, well, for two reasons. First of all, I went to a class by Pablo Veron, workshop today that was pretty interesting, and they usually put me in a good mood because I think he covers a lot of interesting concepts, and so it's always nice to learn something in class. Actually, in most classes, right? You learn at least one thing that's like, oh wow, and I feel like that's already like a good accomplishment for every class, to just figure out one more extra thing. So anyways, I am in a good mood because of that. And also another reason is that because so I wrote a pretty long description today in the text. Is that today is a Super Talky session and it's about philosophy. So I just invented the word philosophy, and that's why I feel very clever. And it says philosophy as in not regular philosophy. Philosophy I don't really like. Tends to confuse me. I get really confused, and I just think all philosophies just end up in an existential crisis. So I'd rather avoid that. But anyways, I put in the PHY because I kind of had an epiphany about the body. So, kind of a philosophy about something physical, right? And so I'm feeling pretty clever about that. Anyways, so this philosophy goes into my bucket of sorrows, as I call, from other episodes. But anyways, yeah, so that's a topic that I'm going to stick in here for to keep. So anyways, today I want to mention something more philosophical, which is kind of what's going on with the body and what I feel like I'm doing. What I'm doing here and what I'm doing with myself, and sometimes it feels a little bit confusing, but I was just looking at Facebook and I saw like an interesting video today that was circulated on Facebook. It's actually on Marithe Lujan's page, and so this is in Spanish, but I'm just going to show a short section of it, and I will use my super high technology technique of actually moving the camera to show the thing. Anyways, here we go. So let's see if this works. Oh, yeah, there's my house. Anyways, let's see. Can you see the video? Yeah. So let me just show this really, really quickly. Let's see. And all my Facebook stuff shows up.
¿Qué te puedo decir? El que empieza a bailar tango y lo baila con amor, no deja nunca de bailar un tango. Jamás en la vida. ¿Sabes por qué? Porque es algo que te importa.
Okay, so that's basically it. So that was in Spanish. So in English, basically, here, let me just move the camera back into this high technology sort of transition is that, he says, those who begin to dance tango and dance it with love never stop dancing a tango. Never in the entire lifetime, because it is something that transports you. So that really got me thinking, like how tango can be so life-changing, and it certainly has been life-changing for me, and it's really put me on a journey that I really did not expect, and it kind of struck me how far I've become on this, how far along I've come along in this journey. When I started going to, I decided to try out a session of Respiración Evolutiva with Elsa. So it's in English it would be evolutionary respiration. Okay, yeah, there we go, with Elsa and Mamu on Facebook. And so basically I wanted to try it because I've seen her around for quite a few years here in Buenos Aires. She's also another person who's moved here to Buenos Aires to live and discover all the wonderful things that happen here. And so I always liked the way she moves, like she has a certain harmony about her. So I said, this girl must be onto something. So when I saw on her Facebook that she's giving sessions of osteopathy and evolutionary respiration, I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And so it's really interesting because I'm not going to try to explain what it is here. I don't really understand it either. But basically, I didn't even have music today. Well, let me put on background music. Oh, okay, that's kind of depressing. But anyways, there's the background music. There we go. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so basically, I tried out evolutionary respiration, and I mean, this is completely something that I would have laughed at before. You know, I also mentioned it to Elsa that, you know, when I was younger, my friend her mother was a physical therapist, and I used to get a lot of headaches back here. And then so she told me to lie down, and she would kind of treat it with her hands. And me being so divorced from my body and all this mumbo jumbo massage, like, I don't know, spiritual therapy, whatever, all that was all just something that didn't really exist for me. I actually laughed at the idea, and so it makes it kind of it makes me laugh a little bit. It made me laugh a little bit the other day. It's like, wow, I'm gonna try a technique called evolutionary respiration when, like, I mean, 10 years ago, I laughed in the face of these sort of things. So, I mean, yeah, talk about Tango transporting you. Maybe I'm a little bit extending what Hector said in the video a little bit, but I mean, it kind of made me flashear, which in Spanish, I guess it means to be inspired, but that's like the nice, so formal way of saying it. It's like just to begin to think a little bit or something like that. I should look up the definition. I'll share it the next time. So anyways, yeah, Respiración Evolutiva. So what is it? Well, basically it's, I mean, I'm not gonna do a lot of dancing today. It's gonna be a talky session, I just mentioned. So basically, what you do is just lie down. Am I still on the screen? Yeah, basically you lie down, right? And then, you know, we had some chatting before. Yeah, today Puma and all the zoo is allowed to come over here because it's free. Puma. Anyway, so basically, it's like a guided session where she guides your respiration. So why am I talking about this? Well, one of the very interesting things that happened was, like, after a while, and she explained certain things about respiration to you and stuff like that, which I'm not going to go into. But basically, what I wanted to share is that usually I process everything. Maybe I should sit for this. Anyways, usually I process everything through the brain. You know, like I use my brain for everything. So, you know, what I feel like was that I was breathing in a certain way. And then after a while, and it does take a while, right? I mean, these are half an hour sessions, like just the actual breathing part is half an hour. And, well, back to that point where I said I used to laugh at these sort of things. Well, I mean, it is important to take your body seriously, you know? Like, I feel like I've come a long way, and there's a big difference in what I think now to take the body and take it as something important to say, hey, I'm gonna spend half an hour breathing. I mean, I waste like half an hour on Facebook at least every day. So I mean, what's you know, why would it make me feel like weird to be spending half an hour on breathing? But anyways, well, it led me to a certain like change in perception all of a sudden when I was breathing, and after at least 15 minutes of the thing. And so it's not, I think certain things take time. So the window was over there. I was like lying like this, right? And so usually I process, like I hear things through here and I think about it and whatever. And then all of a sudden I felt like I was hearing, the sound from the windows over there coming through my feet. You know, this sounds like total mumbo jumbo to go back to that, you know, old philosophy pop. But like I felt like the sounds of the street, the cars were actually coming in through my feet, and that's like. Maybe it sounds like a bolez or a nonsense thing, but like really, I began to think, wow, how much do I actually neglect my actual body, right? I mean, I'm trying to improve my tango here, I'm trying to be a dancer, I'm trying to use my body to express certain things, but then like I'm not even processing the actual world with my actual body. So usually something comes in here, like, you know, you arrive somewhere, or I hear something, or I see a show and it comes through here, or for tango, I receive the lead through here, and I feel like I first send it here, process it, and then I send it out to the body. So I'm not actually really perceiving things with my body. So that was a very interesting epiphany moment where I felt like, wow, I could perceive sound with my feet. I mean, I don't know if it makes any like philosophical or physical or whatever sort of sense, but that's what I felt, and that's actually what I wanted to share today. And so trying to make it more Tango related is, I think in one session I would like to go more into musicality or something. I thought it might be a nice idea to try, well, what is it if I actually try to listen with the feet? I haven't tried that yet, but maybe I'll try it. Live, I don't know, but anyways, I think, let's see how it goes some other day. But anyways, so the idea of this, it also made me, this Respiración Evolutiva also made me find a certain harmony in my body. And so the word harmony, I mean, that's something that I see in certain people, and it's just a quality that that I'm not really sure what it is, but it's usually when people see it, it's recognizable. It's like universally and intuitively recognizable. So anyways, something about harmony ties into an idea that I wanted to mention that Corina de la Rosa had said. Corina de la Rosa, she's one of the great masters of Tango, and she also worked with Hirokinesis, Gyrotonics, and so she also knows a lot about the body. And so in one of the workshops, she said, well, maybe I can actually move around a little bit here. Let's see. Anyways, so one of the things she said was, so when you dance tango, it's like you are like a drama. She kept on saying drama. And what is that? Well, I mean, the English translation is like a weave. So like she grabbed, one of the other students had a scarf, so she grabbed it, and so basically with the weave, like if you pull this part, like the rest of it also moves, like the whole scarf was moving. And so basically, I mean, to do a poor imitation, of course, of what Corina does, I mean, basically, as I mentioned in the last session with the teachers and stuff like that, you do have to go in person and to see it in person, of course, right? But basically, I just want to share the idea is that, so when you're moving, it's like not like one foot moves or like one hand moves or like only the shoulders, really. Because the idea of drama, the weave, is that, the shoulder moves, the rest of the body adjusts. Like maybe only very little down there, but a little bit. Like the idea is not to block everything and have only one part move, right? And so, I mean, Corina does, she steps kind of like, I feel a little nervous trying to show the stuff. But anyways, like she moves from here. She usually steps like kind of with like this thing here, right? Like she has something like this. And the idea is that, well, maybe it's more easy to show with the side. So like the idea is like not just, I mean, I think some teachers say, hey, move the foot first or move one thing first. And it's okay and it's helpful to focus on one part at a certain time. But now, like today, I wanted to think about more the idea of like the whole body being in harmony and the whole idea of it being a weave. So like, if Corina walks, she's like, everything goes, everything goes. I think, anyways, yeah, there we go. So everything goes. So she steps more with the heel forward, and she had like, what I didn't get to mention last time was like the relaxation about something here. But anyways, some other day. So, I mean, so she walked and like everything moves. Like as you're going forward, it's not just like this, or it's not just this, or it's not just the hand. It's like your whole body works as like as a weave, like a scarf, right? So I mean, that's like my interpretation. So anyways, I think that's the most I'm gonna be moving around today. So anyways, yeah, today is a talkie session. Let's see how it goes. I mean, tomorrow will be a shut up and dance session. But anyway, today's a talkie session. So back to the idea, one more video that I would like to share today on my super high technology setup. This is a video by Marithe Lujan. She's like a pioneer of modern dance, and I've already mentioned her before. And she, let me close this window. And this will go back to the idea of like, why did I laugh at these sort of things, and why do I have a hard time taking the body or my body or myself seriously sometimes, like, well, yeah, can you imagine? This is why I say if I get into philosophy, it's like, they all just in some way or the other lead to an existential crisis. So I don't try to go that much into it. But anyways, so here's like a nice high-tech way of showing videos. There we go. Maybe if I full screen it, it'll look a little better. Yeah, this is, ta-da! There we go.
And the body becomes a sacred garment, which is yours first, and it is your last garment. And as such, it should be treated with honor, and with joy, and with fear, too, but always with blessing.
Okay, yeah, so, okay, yeah, this is not, well, that's the next video. It's like a choreography by Martha Graham called Heretic. Anyways, I like to watch. So anyways, yeah, so what did she say there? I think I posted it, but I didn't write it down. So anyways, where'd it go? So basically, she talks about the body being, let's see, now I have it in Spanish here. Sí, bueno, en español es que el cuerpo se transforma en un vestido, que es tu primero y último vestido, ¿no? Y así debería ser tratado con honor y con alegría y también con miedo, pero siempre con bendición. So what she's saying is like, it's the body, so let me go, where to go? Yeah, and so the body becomes a sacred garment, which is your first and your last garment. And as such, it should be treated with honor and with joy and with fear too, but always with blessing. So, yeah, so that's where I want to get to today. It's a little bit philosophical, but I think it's nice to go through that process and allow oneself to have that moment and give permission to take these things seriously and to give them the necessary time and the necessary attention. So anyway, tomorrow will be the third broadcast of the week, and it will be a shut up and dance one since I already talked so much today. Okay, bye.